So thank you for joining us on Talking Nachos. We aim to decrease dentisting stress, reduce crying inside. So share with us who you are and what you do to help dentists cry less inside.
Well, I'm Robert Hockett. I'm the founder of thepracticeconsultant.com. So we've worked with dentists and dental professionals for about 28 years. Some of our clients we worked with the entire time. So clients tend to work with us. They tend to work with us over years, sometimes decades. When somebody's looking at a transition of any kind, whether they're looking to build a practice or evaluate building one, buying one, partnering in, expanding, exiting, buying a building, all the different things that are transitions that are usually complex, they're usually expensive. Our goal is to help them make fewer mistakes at lower costs and have a better work-life balance.
I love that because purchasing a dental practice is pretty much the biggest decision of your career. And by pretty much, it is the biggest decision of your career. And one of the things I'm known for saying, Robert, is dental offices are people places, not pizza places. I explain this by saying that if they changed the person making the pizza in the back, but it tasted the same, you wouldn't notice. But in dental offices, when they change the people, the patients notice because they are literally in front of our face. So tell us just, if you give us an example of some stress you help reduce or some pain people bring to you in the transition process and how you alleviate that.
Well, for example, we had a call earlier this week with a prospective client. And at the end of our discussion, he said, well, I had another deal I was trying to do that blew up in my face.
Yeah.
I got referred to you, actually, interestingly enough, by a lender who said, hey, you need to call Rob. So after a whole discussion about all the different things that we help people with, he said, so you're basically my wingman. You help me. I can talk to you about anything. I can call you. You don't bill based on time. It's about, how do we need help? I need an expert on this. I need an expert on that. What are things that you guys can help me with? What are things that other people can, you can bring additional resources in to help me? So I think in that process, we're very financially savvy. We've done this hundreds of times and helped. We've over 11,000 client meetings face-to-face or on Zoom. And so some of the things that we do is we take some of the work off your plate. So rather than evaluate, 50 different things, let's identify what it is that you really want to do. And then we actually don't just accept the fact that you described that you want to do something. We actually dig deeper. Do you really want to sell your practice? If you so, why? Why is the grass greener? Why do you want to buy this practice? It's a bad practice. It's under-resourced.
I love what you're sharing. Someone who's done this and a dentist, one of the things, buying a practice is not the solution to a bad job all the time. And, many times dentists are very reactive. I understand why, but you're there to kind of help them make better decisions with, clarity, understanding. These are big deal decisions that impact your finances, your family, and your future. And when you make them right, they go right. But I know this one dentist, Robert, who lost over $50,000 buying their second dental practice by working with a dual rep broker. And that dentist was me. There was no Facebook groups back then. I didn't know what questions to ask. It was totally my responsibility to find out, but I totally didn't have the resources. So it's amazing people like you are here. As I kind of like my audience to know, to move from just find out, someone's watching saying, I'm going to buy a practice, I'm going to sell a practice. There's this older practice in my town. Is it a good one? How do they work with you guys? People can text consult to 215-543-6454. But what's that first step look like?
Well, the first thing we do is we have just a practice consult. And if it's 30 minutes or an hour, it just depends on what you need. We don't really watch the clock. We're sort of very different that way. We never had a business model to track things by the hour. We just handle things until we're done. So they'll schedule a meeting. I'll have a personal conversation. We'll find out what they want to accomplish. And we find out, frankly, what's driving them. Why do they want to be a practice owner? Why do they not want to be a practice owner? Why do they want to exit? Why do they want to purchase? Why do they want to partner?
Yeah.
And then we find out what they're trying to figure out, what they want to do. And then we'll map we'll kind of go through a roadmap and help them identify what are the next steps. Based on having done this hundreds of times, we sort of help them navigate how they're going to go through this process and where they need to be very careful and where there are, we're trying to eliminate mistakes. It's always cheaper to save money than to try to go recover it again after you spend it. So we try to do things that are help people with lower costs, with better work-life balance. So that's sort of we don't take necessarily every client. We're sort of selective, and we're happy to help people that, sort of value the relationship. For us, it's all about the relationship.
I love that. I mean, we need more people like you doing it. I think of the movie, The Wizard of Oz. It's kind of like following a yellow brick road to these big decisions. You do not want to be what do we call it? like Dorothy in The Wizard of Oz. She had to deal with so many different things, from the flying monkeys. Still scare me to this day. I don't know if kids were supposed to watch that movie, and The Witch. And I think that's a great example, because there's so many people that can get in your way from success. There are people that just frankly don't have your best interest in mind, and you want to work with people like you who do. How can people reach out to you directly if they want to learn more?
Well, they can certainly call my cell phone number. It's 404-388-3015. That's my direct personal cell number. It's not listed on our website. They can actually also go to robert@thepracticeconsultant.com. And then we also have a Dental Nachos landing page.
Awesome.
They can find through our links on the site.
My team will share that. Thank you so much for supporting our community and sharing with us today.
Thanks again, Paul.
So as you can see, we help people make these big deal decisions with more success and less stress.